What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything. I am your cook, Spinelli, the self-proclaimed wing king and the ruler over all lemon pepper wings. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, click this card right here. I'm telling you, I'm the ruler over all lemon pepper wings. If you know somebody or think you know somebody that does lemon pepper better than me, bring them to me alive. Bring them to me alive. All right, so today's video, we're gonna do buffalo bacon cheddar wings. Guys, these wings are delicious, but they're gonna speak for themselves. I'm not gonna talk too long about it, so I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm in mine. Let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use for today's recipe. We have our Publix green wise chicken. We have bacon, Worcestershire sauce, Habanero sauce, Frank's red hot sauce, honey, butter, peanut oil, a chunk of cheddar cheese, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. So these are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. So let's move on. All right, so I've already cut and cleaned our chicken, and I've already measured out all our ingredients for this recipe. So the first thing we're going to start with is the seasoning of the chicken. So what I have right here, I have a tablespoon of peanut oil, a teaspoon of salt, I have a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. So what we're going to use for the sauce, I have a 1 cup of Frank's red hot sauce, have a tablespoon of honey, have a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of habanero sauce, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter. And right here I have a 1/4 of a cup of shredded cheese, and I have 7 slices of bacon cut in half, so I got 14 pieces. So these are the ingredients we're going to use, so let's move on. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our buffalo sauce. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our 4 tablespoons of butter and add it to a pot. Turn it on medium heat to melt the butter. While the butter is melting, add your 1 cup of Frank's red hot sauce. Next, add your habanero sauce, your garlic powder, your onion powder, your Worcestershire sauce, and lastly, your honey. You want to bring this mixture to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, you want to turn your heat down to medium-low and let it simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, and while we allow that to finish cooking, we're going to move on to the next step. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and season our chicken. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our peanut oil to the bowl with the chicken. Next, add your salt, your black pepper, onion powder, and lastly, add your garlic powder. And what you want to do once you add that is you want to give this a good mix to combine the ingredients with the chicken. Take a look at it and let's move on. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add about a tablespoon of peanut oil to a pan. And then I'm going to heat this pan, turn it up to medium-high heat. Once the pan is heated, what you want to do is you want to take your chicken and you want to add your chicken to the pan. Now, you don't want to completely cook your chicken in this pan, but what you're going to do is you're going to lightly cook it and get it to brown. Continue to stir and flip the chicken. Like I say, you don't want to completely cook it in this pan, guys. And what I'm going to do now is, I didn't even put this in the ingredients, but I want to add some minced garlic to it. So I'm going to take a tablespoon of minced garlic and add it to this pan. It's just going to give it a little bit more flavor, guys. Continue to stir it. And once the chicken starts to turn a brownish color, what you want to do is you want to take about 3 tablespoons of that prepared buffalo sauce, and you want to add it to the pan with your chicken. Again, guys, this is going to give it some of that extra flavor. And then you want to continue stirring for about another 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit more buffalo sauce to mine. Give it a quick stir again. Guys, look how the color is turning. Look at it. It looks delicious already. All right, take a look at it and we'll move on. So now it's time to prepare our pan, our baking sheet. So what you want to do is line your baking sheet with aluminum foil. You're going to spray it with some cooking spray. Again, easy cleanup. Also, your chicken doesn't stick to your grate, so go ahead, do that. And I'll see you guys in the next step. All right, guys, what we're going to do in this step, now that our chicken has cooled off, I've took 8 slices of bacon and I've cut them in half, so I got 14 slices. So what you want to do is you want to take that bacon and you want to wrap your chicken pieces in that bacon and place it seam side down. It doesn't unravel around the bacon. And you're going to do each chicken piece like this. Now I use 7 slices of bacon because I had 14 pieces of chicken. So cut that in half. I have, it gave me 14 pieces of bacon. So guys, if you got 10 pieces of chicken, then or 20 pieces of chicken, that means you're going to need 10 slices of bacon. That way you cut it in half and you get your 20 pieces. So this process is a little tedious because it takes some time to wrap your chicken with the bacon, but go ahead, wrap your chicken pieces in the bacon and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now it's time to place these bad babies in the oven. I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and you don't want to cook the bacon too fast. You want to cook the bacon slowly. What that does, not only does it slows the cooking process of the bacon, but what it does, it also allows you to get some of those juices from the bacon and seal it into that chicken, which is going to give it that additional flavor. Remember, guys, I take seasoning to the extreme. So go ahead, set your timer to 55 minutes and we'll move on. All right, so now we're halfway through the cooking process. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to slide them out and we're going to turn the chicken pieces over on the other side to allow them to cook the remaining of the time on the other side. You see, guys, if you look at the bottom of the pan, you see that the grease from the bacon, guess what? That grease is also on the chicken too. So you got that additional flavor, which is going to make these wings, I'm telling you, it's going to bring out the best of flavor. So go ahead, turn over your chicken pieces, and I'll see you guys in the next step. Guys, so now the cooking process is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove these chicken pieces. We're going to take them over and put them on the counter, and we're going to take a look at it. Look at that, guys. Amazing. They're ready to go. All right, take a quick look at them, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, what we're going to do in this step is we're going to take that buffalo sauce, that prepared buffalo sauce, and we're going to spoon it over our chicken pieces. Also, don't use all the buffalo sauce because we're going to use a little bit after this step. So you can use maybe 3/4 of it if you want to, but I'll reserve at least about 1/4 of a cup for the last step. So go ahead, do that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a spoon or your tongs and you're going to give it a good mix. Again, guys, don't do a shaky bakey because you don't want to detach your bacon from your chicken. And also be gentle as you stir it because you can also detach the bacon from the chicken. You don't want to do that. So, and what we're going to do next is we're going to add those chicken pieces back to our baking sheet and we're going to throw them back in the oven. And the reason I do this is because I want that buffalo flavor sealed into the chicken. I take seasoning to the extreme. All right, so go ahead, add your chicken pieces back to the pan and we'll move on to the next step. All right, guys, so I've already removed my chicken back from the oven. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove them from this baking sheet and add them to a clean plate. And now what I'm going to do with that sauce that we reserved is I'm going to spoon some of that sauce over these wings, over a layer of these wings like this. Then you want to take some of that cheese and you want to just sprinkle it over that first layer of that chicken. Oh my God, this looks good. All right, now top it off with the remaining pieces of the chicken like this. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take some more of that sauce and you're going to spoon it over the chicken, topping it off with the remaining of that cheese. Guys, doesn't this look good? Let's take a look at it and we'll move on. I'm going to put this plate back on this baking sheet and I'm going to add it back into the oven for about 1 to 2 minutes just to get the cheese melted. All right, so go ahead, do that, and we'll move on to the next step. And there you have it, guys. Buffalo bacon cheddar wings. It sounds so good, I could say it twice. Buffalo bacon cheddar wings. Does it get any better than this? These are some good groceries, y'all. Good groceries. Take a look at this. It's fantastic. Guys, you gotta let me know what you think about this in the comments. Go ahead and leave a comment below. It's time for me to do a little taste test. So I'm gonna grab one. Take a look at this, guys. They're amazing. They're simply amazing. So guys, if you want to make this recipe, the ingredients and the measurements are in the video description below. You can also get some of these products off of Amazon if you don't have them in your house readily available. And I appreciate you for coming out and watching this video. And again, guys, thank you for everything. We have finally hit over 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys again. And I will see you in my next video. I am out. Peace.